Welcome back to Auto Shorts and Decepti-Clips. Now we all know Soundwave has been released, but we're not going to look at Soundwave. I'm kind of trying to do like a mini shallow to deep dive of the Laserbeak mold from that set with the Soundwave. So we've got the buzzsaw and the Laserbeak here. So I won't be transforming buzzsaw in this video. This is to show his cassette mode. And then we're going to compare all the other Laserbeaks over the times. Now, if I'm honest, I don't love this mold. Okay, there is a neck articulation up and down. You can sort of, that pings off quite easily. And you can move the head back and forth a little bit like that. And then the wings can swoop forward like that, but they can't sort of fold back. You can sort of have them kind of facing upwards, but because of the way the plastic's been molded, although the picture on the box shows you can do this, but it looks like you'll end up breaking it. So you can have them face down, but you can't stand when they're down. So it's is he as good as people want to think he is? Now this is considered the Studio Series version, and I think he's quite short when stood up, and I don't think he can prong onto any Decepticon arms. You can obviously have him rest on the arm like so, but as a Laserbeak, I don't love it. I don't love it. And I think previous iterations have done a better job. And I don't like the fact the wings are so straight like that. There's not much motion you can do with them. You can't fold, like I said, you can't fold them back. You can only sort of push them forward a little bit like that, which again looks like if you look at it this way, he could be a rat bat mold in some form. Maybe that's what the angle they want to go for further down the line. Redo and rejigger the rat bat mold. So in front of me here, there's this box in the background here. I have an original. This is the Encore one, but an original G1 mold of Laserbeak. So let's get him out as well. Now we have the original G1 Laserbeak out of the box. Now this has been opened before. It's just sort of packaged away for storage because I don't know what to do with them. So let's just have a look at the two cassettes. So this is the cassette side. This is how he should be in Soundwave. Is that meant to be that way around or that way around? I would assume the wings down, but then you see the head, whereas this way around you see the head there. Again, ultimately, the G1 sculpt, from a cassette perspective, it just is a better transform. It's a better toy. So let's just transform Laserbeak here. Get the old dusty memories off. Yeah, okay, very easy as always. So yeah, peeing him out. See, a nice little two-part articulation there with the wings. You can fold them back, so you can have like a swooping mode and ping the head up nicely. And as you can see on this one, I've painted the beak grey, even though the box always depicts it as yellow on the original artwork. But we all know buzzsaw has the yellow beak, Laserbeak has the grey beak. And much like this toy, again, where you have to connect 3 parts to connect it to the main toy. And those pegs there, so that's him naked. Again, you can do, I don't know, I just think you can't do like a straight, like attacking neck on the new one. This is as far forward as that neck goes, so that is another restriction on this Laserbeak. You can have it up like that, much with like the original, up like that. We're going to get them all out. We're going to get out all the ones I've got. I don't have the one from the metal series. I did have that one many moons ago. I just think you can do a bit more with the wings on this one. Just a vastly better toy than this, and it's, you know, well over 40 years old, because they were originally released in the Microman line, which isn't a Transformers. It is not Transformers. It is a very separate line in Japan and across that part of Asia. So again, like with this one, it's a bit of a parts former, so you've got to clip on the blasters on him there. A lovely chrome. Again, that is one flaw with this original. They do ping off if you move the legs. But you can still move the wings around. Oh, that mine's just a bit crap. I think mine just might be a bit crap this side. Oh no, yeah, okay. So the leg doesn't straighten all the way on that. So that's just a fault on this one. I don't have an original Laserbeak. I do have an original buzzsaw, but I didn't get them down, so this is the only one we can look at the moment. And as you can see, size-wise, relatively the same-ish. There's not much in it, but the limitations of them being cassettes, they always have to be a bit small and they suffer when it comes to the world of articulation. And then we can have a look at sort of the Siege Earthrise mould that they did. This is the one. This is the preferred one I would have on display with these guys if I want to be able to have the cassettes inside the Soundwave. You can put these older cassettes inside the Soundwave, so there's no issue there. And again, you can do the swooping attack on the Laserbeak here. You can have the wings. Okay, this is as straight as the wings go on this one. That I didn't fathom when I picked it out. But you can have like a crooked wing attack, straight head dive bombing attack, whereas you can't do it with this one. He's, like I said, his neck will always be in that position. He has the built-in sort of gun part, although the guns aren't visible on this Laserbeak, which people might go, well, that's actually a bit of a flaw. You can pull out the 5mm peg, which the Studio Series Soundwave doesn't have the connectors like the Legacy one did, so you can have him hold him in his hand like that. Like I've got him holding buzzsaws, weapons. I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, because I'm storing buzzsaw in there, so it's just have it all stored on the same figure. And I drop the gun. So let's have these two side by side and their comparisons like that. Let's move you out of the way for the minute. Because there's not much in it size-wise. Like from a G1 aesthetic perspective, body-wise, I don't think the head is. I think the head is wrong. The head is wrong. The head is. This is the correct head for Laserbeak. This is a correct head. This one I don't feel is. It's too sort of squished. He's got a longer head. It's always had a longer head. And we'll get out the masterpiece in a minute as well. So from a G1 perspective, Generation 1 perspective, yes, this one is aesthetically correct, but this one he stands taller. Look at, you've got a bit more look on the legs there, whereas these are right stubby things on this one. You can curve the wings back like that, so they're not quite closed, or you can have them closed so he's more close to cassette on a shelf, whereas this one, he's taken up a lot of space with this big wingspan. You can't do anything with it unless you fold them that way. But it doesn't look very good because they're folding completely the wrong way. So I'd say he's probably backwards. They should have done it so the wings could be done this way and back like that. So when it comes to the Siege Earthrise mold or Legacy, or whatever you want to call it, I do prefer this to this. I don't love this. I don't like this. And then let's get out the masterpiece, the creme de la creme, as they'd like us to think. And there he is. This is actually the one I do have on display. And again, you can do the swooping attack pose, swooping attack pose, swooping attack pose on your Laserbeaks. Straight in the neck, much better. And then for on your shelf display, you can have the neck up, just like this one is neck up. So let's have them displayed like that. And this one is all built in. He's the masterpiece, so you would expect that on the Laserbeak. Like this one does have a lot more articulation versus the original, which does actually still have quite a lot of articulation. What do you think? I actually haven't had these out together, so it's the first time I've seen them next to each other. I still love this original toy. I still love the original toy. So out of all the Laserbeaks, I would say the most recent, most modern one, because this one's over 10 years old as well, masterpiece. All built in, the laser gun's all built in, the flaps built in, and you can do a hell of a lot more movement with this Laserbeak. So you can have him stand up, so he stands a little bit taller. You can have the wings go up like that as well, so this section can go up like this here, but you can fold the wings down. So he's more of a sort of rested pose on your Soundwave's arm. And to be fair, size-wise, let's just get Soundwave here. Sorry, I've not got a proper background because I was doing it downward video. But so size-wise, this is my preferred size when it's on the shelf with all the others, because the ones that come with them, they're just a little bit diddy, especially the Rumble and the Frenzy. They just look far too small. Scoot down again. Back to the Laserbeaks. And obviously on the Masterpiece you get the little laser gun in the head that you get with both the buzzsaw or the camera. Actually, not, it's a camera, isn't it? On there, and you've got the grey beak already, whereas this one comes unpainted. The eyes are painted, but the beaks aren't. So him and buzzsaw look essentially the same. Just one is red, one is yellow. And mine's a little bit loose, my Masterpiece, but that is the preferred display of Laserbeak, and I can bend the wings down, having the Decepticon symbols on display, and he's on the shelf next to Megatron, next to Soundwave, sort of a bit like that. But you've got options. You have more options with the Masterpiece, and there is KOs of this out there, so you know, and they're inexpensive. So when it comes to display wise, I would probably never display this Laserbeak. This is probably something that'll go in a box and not come out again, like, or I might swap it round for what's going to be sitting inside the Soundwave on the shelf. Whether the red looks better with the Decepticon symbol on the Soundwave inside, that's up to you. So that is my thoughts on the newest Laserbeak versus, well, older and the oldest versions of Laserbeak. Who's your preferred display piece on your shelf when you're setting up your Generation 1 or your first generation Transformers? Are you like, no, this one is absolute rubbish versus this newer one, much better? Well, this has its issues. This is a bit wibbly wobbly here, but it's this little bit of displaying here, that for me is just a massive clincher. Like you just can't like that. That's him doing it. It's just a bit of a, that is, yeah, not a fan of how this turned out. The wings just look far too straight. You can't angle them like they're angled on the original. They're nicely angled on the Masterpiece like that. So you get like a nice sort of bird wing shape on the flight. Whereas this, you've got the little tips here, and it's just completely straight. It just doesn't look right. And when you're having him in soaring mode, well, he can't soar because his neck is stuck. Well, that is my humble opinion on preferred display options when it comes to Laserbeak. It will be definitely these two to go in the Soundwave, and this one will sadly go in a box. Don't forget to love, like, subscribe, and see you guys and girls in the next video.